Let me show you my modest Switch game collection. I don't have that many games, but you might immediately notice that my games may look a little different than yours. To explain this small fix and others, we'll have to start at the beginning. The Nintendo Switch system has been a rousing success since its introduction, but that doesn't mean everything is perfect. On the hardware side, Nintendo made some compromises to hit their goals for their hybrid system design and price point. Issues such as no true D-pad on the left Joy-Con, no Bluetooth, and bare Joy-Con being less than ergonomic are issues that accessory makers have been addressing with their products. I'm not the most knowledgeable about available accessories, but YouTube is a great resource to find out more, and I'd like to specifically recommend a friend of the channel, Adam from Time Lag Gaming. He's taken a look at a myriad of Switch accessories, and you might find the kind of item you're looking for. Instead of investing in products, some people take their solutions directly to the hardware themselves. Repairs, mods, or DIY hardware improvements are fascinating to learn about, but outside of the scope of my abilities and toolset. Nonetheless, I enjoy seeing the results from other friends of the channel, Russ Lyman and Rocker Gaming. From surprising paint jobs and part swaps to custom buttons and shell replacements, you'll never know what either of these guys will be doing next. I'm more adept at addressing problems with game cases, so I'll focus my efforts here. Ever since the introduction of the DVD, most prominent media cases measure roughly the same depth, around 5¼ inches deep. The Nintendo Switch bucks this trend with its game cases coming in at a mere 4 inches. This causes them to set back further in your shelves than other media cases, and I've heard from some of you that you don't like this interruption to your shelf flow. An extreme solution to this problem would be to create a completely different set of cases, just so your Switch games fit more seamlessly into your shelves. Now to my sensibilities, that's overkill. Although it's honestly not too far removed from other custom game cases. Like, did you know some PlayStation 1 collectors prefer to upgrade from a CD case to a DVD case? But let's explore other solutions. Instead, you could utilize the extra space in front of your cases as part of your display area by adding a few small collectibles to the edge of the shelf. On media shelves like these, you only have a little over an inch to work with, so don't think Amiibo or Funko Pops. Instead, think Happy Meal toys, blind bag figures, or novelty candy, smaller items like these. Or consider incorporating a tile rack, like from a Scrabble or Rummikub set, to stage a quick select area for a small number of your currently playing Switch cards. If these ideas don't suit you, we can tackle this problem from the other direction. You can make a backstop for your Switch game shelves in order to keep these cases front-aligned with others. In a pinch, 2 stacked DVD keep cases are the exact right thickness to bring your Switch cases properly to the front. I learned of another simple solution from a friend of the channel, Discart. His channel is absolutely stuffed with game room solutions for every type of game case, or indeed any disc or cart. Some foam insulation tape can be precisely placed along the back of your shelf. It's a quick and simple solution, but as he shows, this could have some future drawbacks. But I think a more versatile solution would be to get a 1¼ inch dowel, either round or square. It's really cheap and easy to cut down to fit your shelves. Simply lay it in place and you don't even need to affix it. Now these cases can easily stay front aligned with others. And as a bonus, this fix also works for PSP and PS Vita cases, as they are the same depth as Switch cases. Next, we have to do something about these boring and tough to differentiate case spines. The last fix we'll discuss today is for the Switch case spines. I've made fun of it before, but most games use the same simple font, but other games use their logo. Most game titles are top justified, but some are centered. Not only are they inconsistent, but taken as a whole they all look the same. With the same basic background color, none of the individual games visually stand out. Even if you like the simple aesthetic, just locating a specific game in the group can be tougher than necessary. Of course, we can address this. You might think the best solution would be to design and print a full custom cover art insert, including a newly designed spine. And if this is the path you want to take, I won't stop you, but there is a much simpler way. You can print just a new spine only and slip it into your game case. Allow me to introduce you to the Switch Spine subreddit. This is a community of like-minded digital artists and collectors assembled to tackle this specific problem. It's a relatively new and rapidly growing subreddit, and new spine designs are added daily. With a quick search, you can find newly designed spines for basically all of your physical Switch games. For popular titles, you're likely to find your choice of different layouts. You can even make spine requests, and if you want to design your own, they have a standard template available to start from. Once you've collected the spines you want, you can assemble several together on a printable page. I only have a few over 20 physical Switch games, and with careful placement, I was able to assemble all the spines I need on one page, so now it's off to the print shop. 55 cents later, I just need to cut these out. By placing my spines directly adjacent to each other, I get the job done more quickly with fewer cuts. But with no margin for error, I have to use much more care to cut accurately. So instead of using one of my paper trimmers, I'm cutting it out manually with a metal roller and razor, and finishing up with scissors. Once you fit your new spine into the spine crease of the case, you'll find it'll stay in place on its own. But if you want some added assurance, you can overcut your spine, especially at the top, to create a fold-over clip to help ensure it doesn't fall out. While I was mostly satisfied with the standard spine, this kind of improvement is exactly the kind of project I like to share on my channel. And I've made videos for related projects for my PS3, PS4, Xbox, and Xbox 360 games. Check the links at the end of this video to find out more. And now you can see what a big difference one piece of paper and 30 minutes of work can make to the appearance and usability of your collection. As I sign off, I want to thank all of the fellow creators mentioned throughout the video. Links to their channels are all in the description. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned something new. Tell us about ways you fix design oversights in your game room. I post videos like this on a regular basis, so if I've earned it, please subscribe. And liking this video is appreciated, but also please share it. Someone you know would like to see these ideas.